Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today, and this week sees the release of the long-awaited sequel, A Quiet Place Part 2, hitting store shelves along with more Paramount re-releases, a shitload of them actually. I mean, you have Mimic, Grifters, Equilibrium, 54, and a hell of a lot more that are coming out, man. I mean, boy, it's really good. If you missed out on them the first time, well, you have a second chance at a hell of a lot of the titles out there. Damn glad for some Paramount love, that's for sure. And Scream Factory is releasing a collector's edition Blu-ray release of the 1983 Stephen King horror experience, The Dead Zone, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart. God damn, man, holy shit. Woo, man, it's bad this week. God damn, man. I mean, they got none of A Quiet Place Part 2. I mean, they got all the tags here, but none of the actual physical media itself. Hell, they don't even have the shit from last week. They don't even have Spiral, man. We don't have any of that. I mean, they still got a crap ton of Mortal Kombat. Sheesh. Boy, they may be hanging on to that for a little while. I mean, they got that. Still some of the 3 film collection, some of the older stuff. I mean, they were also supposed to have all of those Saw re-releases. Damn, they don't even have that, man. I mean, shit. Usually the week after we'll find the stuff that came out, you know, the week of that release. Like, usually the week after we would have seen something like Spiral, and maybe the week after we'll find A Quiet Place Part 2, but shit, they don't even have last week's releases. So I guarantee you, maybe, that next week, not only will we see Spiral out here, but we'll also see A Quiet Place Part 2, and God knows what else, man. I mean, really? They don't have this stuff in the back? I mean, even the stuff from last week? Come on, man. There's something incredibly messed up about that. There really is. Now, if you were looking for stuff here at this Walmart, well, better luck next time. They do, however, over in the franchise section here, I did see something new, that they have a lot of these re-releases on DVD with this exclusive lanyard. Like, they have Minions, they have the Shrek 4 movie collection, the Back to the Future trilogy, Fast and Furious 8 movie collection, the 2 movie collection of both the Jurassic Worlds, Jaws, 3 of the King Kong, right, really, the Peter Jackson one, King Kong vs. Godzilla, and the old school King Kong. Okay, that's interesting. That for $12.96, and the 4 movie Purge collection for $22.96. They have these all with the exclusive lanyard, which, yeah, is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I give these studios credit trying to come up with a concept to resell or repackage older titles with sort of a new twist on them. I guess I kind of appreciate it to a little bit of a degree, but I'm kind of curious with you guys. I mean, how many gimmicks are you really going to buy into? I mean, wow, an exclusive lanyard. Ooh, that's really going to get me to rebuy Jaws for the 12th fucking time. I mean, look, some of it's kind of cool, don't get me wrong, but I kind of hate on Walmart doing what they're doing here. And the reason why I say that is because they put the spider claws on here. And I hate when people put the spider claws on there. And the reason why is it ruins the packaging. The packaging is all ruined, man. And as a physical media collector, at least for me, something that I really appreciate is the packaging. I mean, yes, the movie is incredibly important and everything that comes along with that, but at the same time, you are also investing in the packaging as well when you're buying a product. At least that's what I think of when I'm buying physical media. I mean, yes, it's the movie itself, but it's also the packaging that comes with it. And to ruin it like this, man, that kind of pisses me off, man. I mean, if you don't care about it, that's cool, fine, but man, I really care about my packaging, man. That just saddens me to no end, man. I'm like crying on the inside. Oh Lord. I mean, like I said, I appreciate the idea of a lanyard and doing something that's a little bit unique and interesting and trying to put a twist on an old title that you want to put out there to the masses and resell again. I just don't know, man. I mean, slipcovers are one thing, and we see those a hell of a lot over the years, a hell of a lot of times where things are repackaged with just a little bit different of a slipcover. But does a lanyard really get your blood pumping? Does it really give you a physical media Woody? I don't know if it does, guys. It doesn't for me. I mean, like I said, I like a lot of these movies, but I could get them in other editions. Don't really need the lanyard, but it's an interesting idea. Not sure if it'll actually pay off, but hey, if you're into lanyards, and some people actually are, hey, you can get an exclusive one with any of these packages. And again, they're not bad. I mean, the whole collection for $22.96, the Back to the Future trilogy for $22.96, 4 movie collections. I mean, it's good deals, but not so much for me, guys. But hey, if you're looking for it, they got it. Outside of that, well, ooh, boy, that has definitely seen better days. Oh boy. Well, that's all I'm seeing. Yeah, let's head out. So a lot of you have asked me from time to time, you've said, wait a minute, why do you still come into this Walmart, man? I mean, seriously, they barely have anything from time to time, and when they do, it's ever so occasionally. Well, number one, I am one of those hopeful physical media optimists that I was always hoping that the next week is better than the last, and so yeah, I continue to give them a chance time and time again because of that, but also because I kind of want to show you guys that not every Walmart is created equal. Like, there is a lot of Walmarts I see out there that has a hell of a lot of physical media, like a ton of it that they have on the shelves, and that is awesome. And then I show you other ones where I'm like, oh, by the way, yeah, there are Walmarts out there that don't really care about the physical media and don't really care about putting it out for the customers, and this is one of them. I mean, you're telling me that you have none of the stuff from last week? You don't have one of the big releases of the year, and that's Spiral? You seriously don't have that? I have a feeling they do, guys. They just haven't really cared to put it out in over a week, man. That is ridiculous. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't think the electronics department is the most, like, busiest department of all freaking time, especially on slow weekdays. You can't put out the physical media? Really? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm always the hopeful optimist, as I said, and I want Walmart to be better, and there have been weeks where they really surprised me. And then there's weeks where we get that, and whew, that's rough, man. Well, good news is that there's only one way to go for Walmart, and that's up, right? Jeez, I hope they don't go more down. That would suck. Let's hope next week is much better. Much, much better. In the meantime, well, hey, we saw re-releases with an exclusive lanyard. Yay. Let's hope the next location has a hell of a lot more to show off. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. But before we go in, I gotta talk to you guys about something, okay? So, a while back, I talked to you guys about the Scream Factory, Dawn of the Discs feud that heated up because of the whole Halloween controversy thing that happened, right? Okay, fair enough. And I saw both sides of the argument, and I had cut Dawn of the Discs a certain amount of slack because I was like, I understand where they're coming from. They're trying to prop up physical media, and it's free promotion for a lot of these studios. I get it. I understand it. But this I don't accept. Now, a couple days ago, You might have heard through the grapevine if you are on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, any major social media. You go on Blu-ray.com, you name it, man. And that was Scream Factory is releasing all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on 4K. They had the artwork and everything, and it was this big thing. Holy shit. It was wild, man. I got texts from people that was like, oh, did you see the news? Crazy. And who broke it? Dawn of the Discs broke it. Now, how did they get the actual information? I mean, did they look on a website? Did they see a pre-order listing? How did they get it? Well, actually, none of those guys. They actually got it through the ramblings of a just random dude on Facebook that isn't really all there mentally. That's how they got their news from the Scream Factory stuff. Yeah, that's it. And turns out it may or may not be true, but honestly, they're really denying this, and all that artwork and the 4K stuff, yeah, it doesn't really look like it's really at least happening for the time being. It was all just kind of fake and made up. Yeah. And there was a lot of disappointment, but not really from Scream Factory. It was disappointment from Dawn of the Discs. And I don't blame them, because I gotta admit, man, Dawn of the Discs to me lost a lot of credibility doing this. I mean, they really did. And the fact that they didn't even take it down from their Facebook page is kind of bizarre to me. I mean, I understand wanting to hype up physical media, and I understand wanting to be the first to get to the latest breaking news. I understand it. I get it. And, free promotion is, at the end of the day, free promotion. But when you put out false shit, that's a whole nother thing, man. Now, maybe Dawn of the Discs didn't know it was false or fake, and maybe they saw an opportunity to have breaking news, possibly, but you gotta at least somewhat confirm this stuff, man. You gotta go on pre-order sites, you gotta go on a bunch of just websites and try to figure out if this is really true. They didn't even do that. They just went with the news and just ran with it, and it blew up in their face big time, man. And look, at the end of the day, physical media, yes, it's making a small little bit of a comeback, guys, not gonna lie, but physical media is very fragile, and anytime that you hype something up and turns out to not be true, you're giving people a lot of false hope, and there's a lot of disappointment in that, and it screws up something that shouldn't have even happened in the first place. And you're just ending up killing the momentum of physical media because you're putting out this false narrative shit that gets people overhyped for something that's not even happening, or at least for the time being isn't happening. I mean, I literally saw videos that certain YouTubers were gonna make on this. Like, there was literally one that, like, Dead Pit was gonna make of, like, Scream Factory releasing the Nightmare on Elm Street films on 4K. And there was all these videos that people were gonna talk about the releases, and I'm like, boy, they don't even know if it's real. They're just going by what Dawn of the Discs said. And then when it came out that it wasn't true, that it was false, then they ended up, like, canceling their videos, and I'm like, we're so eager to be the first people to get the latest breaking news, and we're the first people to want to, spoil it for everybody else, that we don't care where we get the information from anymore. Oh, somebody that's mentally challenged that isn't fully there making some false claim, sure, let's put it on our breaking news site and just get it out before anybody else does, without even confirming the damn thing. I mean, it's ridiculous to me, and it's wild. And this is not the way that I want physical media to go, man. I just don't want us to put random false narratives out there for people to get hyped just so they end up getting disappointed, man. I mean, that's not the way that physical media should go, man. We're fighting a losing battle with digital and all these other platforms, and to then suddenly put out these narratives of physical media that's not coming anytime soon, that doesn't help the cause, man. It just doesn't help the brand. And you gotta know what you're posting before you fucking post it, man. That's the truth. That's the honest to God truth of it all, man. I mean, I like Dawn the Discs. I get where they're coming from in the idea of like, hey, we're promoting this stuff and we're giving people an opportunity to, see what's coming. And I appreciate that. But man, you really let a lot of people down, and you really put a false narrative out there based on some person's wild claims that wasn't even true, just so you could be the first to get the goddamn story. And we shouldn't be going down that road, man, because it's a slippery slope to go down. And once we do that, where does that really end, man? I mean, stick to the facts. Stick to the facts and stick to what's definitely coming out. I mean, maybe it's happening from Scream Factory, maybe it's not, but at the end of the day, I want the news from the source. And I'm getting sick and tired of being spoiled from these other sites when I remember the old school days, when I remember it being done by the actual studios itself. And I really miss those days, man. I really honestly do. I remember the old school days of Scream Factory announcing it first and being really hyped about it. I don't know, man. It's kind of getting to me a little bit. It really is, man. I mean, let me know what you think of all this. It's kind of bizarre, but it really happened, crazy enough. And who's to say it won't happen again? Definitely let me know, guys. In the meantime, well, it is not a huge physical media week. There is still stuff out there. We didn't see it at Walmart, but hey, maybe we'll see it over at Target. Let's hope. How about we go in and check it out? All right, we are in at Target, and hey, look, some new release physical media love. Way better than what we saw over at Walmart, but then again, pretty much anything would beat Walmart because we saw a diddly squat. But hey, a little bit goes a long way, and I'll definitely take it. How about we dive in, guys? The first thing I'm seeing, and that is none other than the 4K Blu-ray digital of A Quiet Place Part 2 for $27.99. The Blu-ray digital for $22.99. The DVD for $17.99. Nice, all the varieties, baby. Now, I got a chance to watch this in the movie theater with John, and we were highly anticipating this film a year ago. Yes, back in early 2020, we were anticipating this movie. But then you know what happened? The COVID pandemic. Yes, the COVID apocalypse happened. And so, like many movies out there, including this film, it got bounced around from release date to finally, sometime in 2021, getting a proper release in the movie theaters. Thank the Lord, man. Jeez, finally. Now, I remember watching A Quiet Place, the first one, with the guys in the theater, and I remember, watching the trailers and really liking what I saw. But we all know trailers. Trailers can lie, trailers can exaggerate things and make the movie better than it may otherwise be. We know that. And so we were a little hesitant still, but we were willing to go with it because we liked it. When we left the movie theater, the first Quiet Place, we were stunned at how amazing the movie was. It was absolutely fantastic. We were blown away by it. The performances and the atmosphere and the horror and the silence with like those moments of like really loud noises that really got you in the theater. We loved all of it, man. We thought it was pure perfection of a post-apocalyptic horror flick. It was so fantastic, beyond words. And after the movie ended, we thought, it's good. We didn't really think sequel potential at that point. I don't really know if anybody did, but the movie made a lot of money at the box office. People really loved it. And so, obviously, money talks, bullshit walks, and eventually they were going to make a sequel. What that sequel was going to be, how it was going to form, nobody really knew, but we knew we were going to get something, but the stars aligned in the right way. Emily Blunt came back. Of course, John Krasinski came back to direct. They wanted to open up the world more. And so here we are at A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, the thing about this movie is that it technically opens up where the last movie left off. Obviously, they're leaving and they're trying to survive the elements and the world, and basically it's just a sequel that opens up the possibilities of this universe, meeting new characters, new situations, certain characters stepping up to the plate and others perhaps going back to their old ways. It's very unique and very interesting of an expansion to a series and really opening up the possibilities for what may come next. And I did appreciate a lot of stuff in this movie. First off, the acting I thought was pretty damn good. I mean, Emily Blunt, who was amazing in the first film, is great here. She keeps up with her great sort of mother nature that she has, and she's a really great guiding force in this film, and she does a really fantastic job. The kids, I think the acting is just as good as the first film, if not better. I think they really step up to the plate. They're given a lot more to do, and I think they really do a phenomenal job with what they're given. I think John Krasinski, who of course directed the first film, I think he's much more confident as a director, and I think he does more stuff with the camera and really is more experimental, and I like that. I think even Cillian Murphy, who I was kind of unsure how he was going to be in this movie, he's really awesome here as well, man. I mean, he's ominous. You're not sure if you can trust him or not, and I like how he's sympathetic, but yet you're still kind of not quite sure about him, but you grow to really love and care about him. And I just think a lot of the characters still are really vibrant, and you really get to know them and care about them. And in this situation, in this post-apocalyptic world, you need characters to care about, and they definitely have them in spades. Of course, I like the cinematography. I like the CGI with the creatures and the monsters. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here to really enjoy. Then there's some mixed things in here as well. And I think the biggest thing for me, the biggest mixed thing in this movie is the character decisions, the stupidity. And I think this brings down the movie quite a bit, and it really does. There's moments with the young kids here that doesn't feel right to me, that feels off. And there's a certain moment with one of the kids when it comes to the baby and doing something that they shouldn't have done, and they basically almost kill themselves, the kid, the mother, everything. And I was sitting in the movie theater with John, and John was looking at me and I was looking at John, and we both shook our head like, this is stupid. It's stupidity. It makes no goddamn sense why that character would do that. And it just felt like they needed that character's stupidity in order to get to the next level of the story. And unfortunately, I just didn't like that. I didn't think it flew. Now, some people would argue, hey, they're kids. What do you expect? There's a difference between kids who are just new to the apocalypse and don't know the rules and the do's and the don'ts that do that, and maybe I cut them a little slack. These kids, they've been through all of part one, they've been through all of the issues with these creatures, they know what to expect, and when they still do stupid stuff, you gotta call that stuff out, man. You really gotta call that crap out, man. And unfortunately, a lot of stupid character decisions really brought the movie down, and that really sucks, man, because it could have been way, way better than it actually was. Another problem, and it may just be a slight problem, guys, but it is a potential for future issues. Let's put it that way. And that is the idea of dealing with other survivors that may be a threat to us. They do open the door to that idea in this film. They don't 100% fully explore it, but it is there. And I'm okay with it to a certain extent because you have to open up this world. And I get it and I understand it, so it's not like I'm 100% against it. But there are moments here in the movie where they do tend to forget about the threat of the creatures, and the creatures might not be as effective as you want. And going forward in a maybe possible third film and beyond, where do you go with that? Do you put more emphasis on the fact that humans are just as bad as the creatures themselves, or do you keep the threat on the creatures? Where do you go with it? The more you show the creatures, maybe the less effective they are, so maybe eventually you have to go down the humans are bad route, which happened in The Walking Dead and many other shows that have happened over the years. I don't mind them I don't mind them bringing that aspect into it. I don't mind the fact that it's there. What I mind is how far are they actually going to take it. And it's a door that's being opened that potentially could become a problem because it'll be the same thing that we've seen over and over again in other post-apocalyptic films, man. I would like to see the focus stay on the creatures, whether it's eventually finding out more of an origin of them or whether it's finding a way to fully defeat them for good, something to that effect, man. And they do in this film go into the idea of what happened on that first day and explore the chaos of it, which I actually quite enjoyed. I would like to see them go in a different route than you would see normally in your post-apocalyptic tales. I feel like everyone eventually goes down the road of, oh, people are evil and they're as worse as the creatures themselves, and it's the same thing you see over and over again. I'd like for A Quiet Place to do something a little bit more unique, a little bit more interesting, and not be the same thing that you've seen over and over again in other post-apocalyptic tales. That's just another really issue that I see going forward. Again, the door is there. They've slightly opened it, but how far are they willing to take it? Are they going to stick with the same old thing you've seen or do something unique and interesting? So that's really one of the only other issues. I mean, it's a decent movie, all things considered. It's not as good as that first film. It just isn't. And that first film is so perfect of a movie, and it really came out of nowhere. No one was expecting how good it was actually going to be, man. And it blew everybody away. It really did, man. And this movie, the second part, had expectations to it. And with a year of not seeing it, those expectations grew and the anticipation of it. And maybe in some ways it wasn't able to deliver the way that they wanted it to. Maybe the anticipation killed it. Who knows? I mean, not every sequel is perfect. And not every sequel lives up to the original film. Not many are able to do it, especially when they're as perfect as A Quiet Place is. But I still think this film has a lot going for it. I think the acting is really phenomenal here from everybody, and the character development is really solid at times. And I like expanding the world and the journey of it and the possibilities of where this could go. But then I see moments of stupid character decisions and plot holes, and I ask myself, like, this could have been done better, and there's a lot of faults here. Truth be told, for all of the movie's faults, it still tries, and I give it a chance that it tries, because there's a lot of sequels out there that just sort of is just a cash grab for a cash grab's sake, and you cannot say that A Quiet Place Part 2 is a cash grab at all, man. Yes, it made a lot of money. Yes, they wanted to make a sequel, but they didn't just do your typical average type of post-apocalyptic tale that could just cash in and just be this sort of copycat movie. I think it expands the world in a really unique and fascinating way, and is a great connector to that first film. And taking it all together, it's a really fantastic experience and a really great horror thriller experience that really engages you in a really effective way, man. I mean, is it perfect at the end of the day? No, but then again, what sequel to a really fantastic horror thriller is, to be honest with you? For all its faults, it does try, and at times it even succeeds. Perfect? No. Effective? Yeah. And they also have the Blu-ray digital of Quiet Place 2 movie collection. Yes. Nice. Of course, man. If you just wanted both of them together, you got it right here, baby. Not bad at all, man. Now, I do admit this would be a really fantastic double feature because, like I said, I mean, the movie picks up literally right where the last film left off. And I love certain movies that do that, man. I love when that happens. Like Back to the Future Part 2 or Halloween 2, Hellbound, Hellraiser. Like those ones I really love so much where like they pick up right where the last one left off and they just start expanding the world and opening it up and the possibilities of it all. Like some of those are really great. Watching sort of back to back, you get this really great experience. And A Quiet Place 2 movie collection would be one of those really great experiences of just picking up with the family and continuing on the journey. It is really, really probably a cool experience to have both of them together, man. That would be really great back to back, man. Some movies do it better than others. Some movies not so much because the sequels don't really pick up that momentum from the first film, but Quiet Place Part 2 definitely does it, man. So this would be a really cool double feature, definitely worth having. And then I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of American Gods Season 3 for $22.99. Nice. Some American Gods love. And I'm really liking that cover, man. Very vibrant, very colorful. Definitely catches the eye in a big bad way, man. I'm liking that. Nice. Look at that. That's cool. Man. Now, I have never seen any episode of American Gods. I haven't. And honestly, guys, I don't have stars. So, can you really blame me? I mean, come on, man. I'm not getting stars or cable for that matter for one damn show. I think I'll pass on that, man. But I've heard really good things. Bob watches this show. Bob really loves it. He really thinks it's really fascinating. And it's got some great actors in there. Ian McShane, Crispin Glover, Peter Stormare. I know Orlando Jones has been in the show a time or two as well. And a whole bunch of other people that have like come and gone from the show. But it's always looked really fascinating to me. The idea of secrets and a war and old gods versus new gods. It's very interesting, and I believe this is, well, at least it's based off of the Neil Gaiman stuff, I believe, as well. I think so. Yeah, I'm almost positive it is, man. Very fascinating guy Neil Gaiman is, not gonna lie, man. I mean, it looks kind of cool and interesting. I'm into sort of quirky shows that are not your average mundane shows that you've seen every single day. I like something a little more off kilter, a little bit more offbeat. And I'm curious. I've heard really great things about American Gods. Is it still good? Is it still great? Is it worth it to dive into? I mean, Neil Gaiman love, and with quirky, weird characters, it might be down my alley. Definitely let me know, guys. Every breath you take, every move you make, do 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 do, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every breath you take with Casey Affleck and Sam Claflin and Michelle Monaghan. I don't know why I'm still singing at the Target. God help me, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm literally, any chance that I get to sing, I just go ahead and do it, man. I don't give a fuck, man, especially at a goddamn Target. Oh shit. Oh man, they are so gonna kick me out here, guys. Oh man, every breath you take. What is this about, man? A searing psychological thriller about a psychiatrist whose career is thrown into jeopardy after his patient takes her own life. God, what the hell advice did you give this person to kill themselves? probably not the best psychiatrist in the world, just saying. When he invites his patient's surviving brother into his home to meet his wife and daughter, his family life is suddenly torn apart. Why in the world would you ever do that? Why would you bring in your patient who died brother into your life, man? You know he probably blames the fucking psychiatrist. So he's gonna ruin his entire life. God, man. You just screwed yourself over. He's probably gonna make sexy time with your wife. He's probably gonna do God knows what to your daughter. Oh man, and man, you are so fucking screwed, bro. Man, this is all on your ass, man. Damn. I mean, he's a psychiatrist, but honestly, it's hard to advise somebody on their problems when you can't even figure out your own shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Damn. Man, he's so screwed, dude. It's probably a very interesting thriller of the mind. I mean, I love Casey Affleck. He's actually a really good actor. I really appreciate him, and he does a lot of really great dramatic work. Sam Claflin is pretty good as well. I've liked him in a few interesting works. And Michelle Monaghan is pretty damn good, man. She doesn't get a lot of times to shine as much as she used to, but there comes a role every now and again where she really does an amazing job, man. And this kind of looks like a pretty good thriller, bringing in a guy who's gonna mess your whole life up, man. You might be a psychiatrist, you might help other people, but bro, you need all the help in the goddamn world, man. You really do. And you brought this on your own ass. Jeez. It looks alright, man. It looks okay. It ain't look like anything amazing. It just looks okay. But not bad selection over here at Target. Not crazy plentiful, but way better than what we had before. And, hey, I'll take it. Not so bad. Let's head out. Woo! Thank the Lord for Target, man. I mean, I'm serious, man. Because if Target didn't deliver, I didn't know what we were going to do, man. My God. Target comes through yet again, man. I mean, and yes, this is not the most, plentiful and amazing week that we got, man. But we do have some gems we're showing off this week, and I was kind of worried. I'm like, with a week that there's not a lot of physical media love out there, what would Target have? Well, Target ended up saving the day yet again. Who'd have thought that one, man? Jesus. I mean, we get the new releases, we get a little bit of indie love. Hey, considering it's a little bit of a lighter physical media week, I'll take it. That's for damn sure, man. And honestly, Target as of late has sort of become the savior in a lot of ways. How weird is that, man? If you were to have asked me 6 months ago if Target was going to be the savior of any physical media week, I would have told you that you were on drugs. But apparently, I want the drugs that you're taking because they actually pulled it off. Who'd have thought, man? That is for damn sure. Hey, little physical media, but you know what? Seeing as how this week is probably going to be a little bit of rough waters, I'll take it. That is for damn sure, guys. Well, with a little bit of physical media love out of the way, let's hope for more to come. Wait! Yeah, you. Wait. Right there, damn it. I wanted to make a stop along the way, guys. I mean, after all, I heard a little rumor through the grapevine that perhaps some things are being sent my way, and they may just be here now. So why wait any longer than I have to? Of course I want to check out what you guys send me if it is here. And that is none other than the post office, baby. Oh, the post office. You know how I love the post office. I do. And the reason why I do is because of you guys. Each and every one of you sending me packages, physical media love, movie goodness. It's been one hell of a ride. And well, I heard there might be more here, so why not go in and check it out? Well, the P.O. box has been opened, and did I get any packages from you guys? I did say that there may have been a package or two waiting for me. You guys did send me a message or two saying, hey, we might be sending you stuff. It could be here. Go and check. So, well, I did. Did I get anything, though? Well, yeah, I actually did. A little Amazon Prime love and... Kino Lorber love? Very interesting indeed, guys. More subscriber mail love? You know I love checking these out. You guys send me some awesome stuff. What's in these packages? Let's find out. Oh, okay. Yes. Packages from the post office. Oh, baby. Cannot wait to dive into this, man. That's pretty cool, man. Wow. I love this stuff. You guys send me some amazing things, and I cannot wait to dive into it. Ooh, let's see what we got, man. Let's start with the first. Let's start with Prime here. Let's start with Prime, baby. What is this? Ooh, I have never heard of this movie before. Whoa. Oh, there's nothing else in there. Holy shit. Dude, this blows me away. Wow. Really? Okay, I gotta show this off. Mad Dog Time. I've never heard of this one. Holy shit. Alan Barkin, Gabriel Byrne, Richard Dreyfuss, Jeff Goldblum, Diane Lane. There are many things in life worse than death. Vic's one of them. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Look at this. No, I have never heard of this. This is from 1996. Oh, no, I never heard of this. A mafia film unlike any other. Stars Richard Dreyfuss as mob boss Vic, recently released from a psychiatric hospital, returns to find both his confidants and enemies vying to seize control of his empire. With Vic's friend and top enforcer, Jeff Goldblum. Oh my God, Jeff Goldblum plays a mob enforcer. Oh man. Things that you thought you'd never see Jeff Goldblum do. Holy shit. This is on the list. Oh my God. Ex-girlfriend Diane Lane, his sister Ellen Barkin. Kyle MacLachlan is in here as well. Billy Drago. Richard Pryor. Billy Idol's in this? What the hell? How have I never heard of this movie? Mad Dog Time. I have never heard of this, man. Holy shit. This is amazing. This is on a must-watch list. Wow. This is cool. I love like a sort of mob comedy drama movie. I don't know. This is such an oddity. Yo, this is so weird. But it's really one of those unique gems that I've never heard of, man. Oh, Burt Reynolds is in here as well. Gregory Hines. Fucking hell, man. Who isn't in this goddamn movie? Fuck. Oh, this is high on my list now. And it comes from Olive, too. Whoa. Damn. I've never heard of this one, guys. Have you? I mean, definitely let me know. Holy shit. This is one hell of a surprise. I've got to watch this thing. Holy crap. Whoever sent this to me, thank you. I mean, seriously, I would have never heard of this movie if it wasn't for you out there, because, damn, this looks like a really unique gem. You know, I've heard of a lot of movies in my time, but there's certain ones that pass me by. This looks pretty cool. Yo, Mad Dog Time, that's interesting. This one I've got to check out. Holy shit, that's cool. That is wickedly cool, man. I mean, that is just a great surprise in and of itself. If we just had that would be awesome. But no, we've actually got more love as well, man. Whoa. I've got to dive into this. I got to dive into this indeed, man. I got to see what this is too. Oh, man. Dude, the love that you guys give me from some of the mail stuff is amazing. What is in here? Jesus Christ, a whole huge friggin' stack of movies, guys. Okay, let's dive in here. What is in here? Oh my God, where the hell do we start? Let's start here. Let's start with the first one. My God, this is a hell of a lot of Kino Lorber love. My God, man. Whoo! The first is Narrow Margin with Gene Hackman and Ann Archer. I remember this movie, but man, it's been a long time since I've seen this sucker. Man, yeah. Peter Hyams, suspenseful remake of the 1952 film Noir, an LA district attorney. Yeah, murder witness, court case. Yeah, I do remember this, man. God, it's been a long ass time since I've seen this one. That's cool. Narrow Margin. That is awesome. Got that. We also have, oh man, another one that I haven't seen in ages. Whoa. A Woman Like Kid comes around once in a lifetime. That's enough. In Trouble Bound. Oh, baby, look at this. Michael Madsen, Patricia Arquette, Billy Bob motherfucking Thornton. Look at that, man. Wow. Woo! Jeez, it's been a long time for this. Oh, this actually is also one from Code Red. Holy shit, this is a Code Red title. Whoa. Man, I haven't seen this one in forever. Yeah, they stole $5,000 and they're on the run. Patricia Arquette, man, she made some great movies. Michael Madsen, too. Yo. Wow, Trouble Bound, man. It's been so long since I've watched this, man. This definitely needs a revisit, man. And adding more to the Code Red collection. That's pretty cool. Okay, nice. We got that. What else we got here? Oh, what is... Oh, this is an interesting one. I've heard of this one, but I've never actually seen it. With Donald Sutherland and Sean Penn, Crackers. Oh, great. Another one with Donald Sutherland. I love Donald Sutherland, man. He's such a great actor, dude. Wow, look at this. Let's see. The wonderful remake. Donald Sutherland, Sean Penn. Jack Warden's in here, too. Get out of here, really? Christine Baranski. Crazy off-the-wall characters who would buy the American dream if only they could afford the down payment. Okay. Out of work but never short of. A pimp with a heart of gold. Oh my God. This weird, quirky, interesting comedy? Crackers? What the hell? This is unique and weird. But I'm going to go with it because you guys kind of know I like my quirky and weird shit. So, okay. More Kino love. Crackers. We've got that. Then the next one we've got... Oh, wow. Man, this is another one I haven't seen in ages either. Dude, more Michael Keaton love? How can that ever be a bad thing with One Good Cop? Oh, baby. Look at that, man. Oh, Anthony LaPaglia, Rene Russo, Benjamin Bratt. Oh, that's cool, man. God, this is one I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, an action suspense film. Yep. Dude. The partner gets killed. Yep. Man, it's kind of flooding back to me, man. 1991. Oh, dude, Keaton. I love Michael Keaton. I mean, come on, he was like one of the best Batmans ever. How would you not love Keaton? Wow, that is cool, man. One Good Cop. I haven't seen this one in a long ass time, man. Probably not since the 90s. I'm not gonna lie, man. But woo, revisiting Michael Keaton love, that's always a must. Come on, man. Wow, that's cool. You got that. We've also got, wow. Oh, this is one I haven't seen in a long ass time either. Man. What a cast, dude. The Last of the Finest. Oh, look at that. Joe Pantoliano, Jeff Fahey, Bill Paxton, and Brian Dennehy, baby. Yes, it's time for Heroes Again. Oh, indeed it is, man. 1990. God, this is one of those, like, cop dramas that I remember from way back in the day, man. It's one I saw on, like, VHS. Woo! Oh my goodness, man. What a cast in this, man. This is awesome. Dude, this is another blast from the past, man. I love this. Yeah, because they they end up like obviously getting taken off of the force, and they have to sort of right this wrong, and it's such a great movie, man. Damn, I haven't revisited this in ages. That's another revisit. Wow, that's cool, man. Got that. And then we've also got, let's see here. Oh, oh my God. Whew. Aces, Iron Eagle 3. Oh my God, man, with Louis Gossett Jr. I don't even own Iron Eagle 1 or 2, damn it. So okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go searching for Iron Eagle 1 and 2 now, ain't I? Oh man, dude. Yeah, this was a whole franchise thing with him, man. Yeah, returns as Charles Chappie Sinclair, the leader of a unique brand of international war aces. Third installment. Oh man. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Shit. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, the third installment in the Iron Eagles franchise. Okay, I'm going with it, man. Wow. Okay, cool. I've never seen this, man. I've seen the first Iron Eagle. I've seen the first one. I've never seen the second, nor have I seen the third, but now I have the third one in the collection, so I guess I've got to start hunting for 1 and 2 then. Wow, man. Iron Eagle love with Louis Gossett Jr. I mean, let's be real. Anything with Louis Gossett Jr. is cool, so why not a little Iron Eagle love? Man. But I can't watch it until I rewatch part 1 and then watch part 2, because, you can't watch the third installment of a franchise until you watch the other ones in front of it, right? But saving some Louis Gossett Jr. love for a later date, I'll take it, man. Any Louis Gossett Jr. is good Louis Gossett Jr. He's a badass. Come on, man. Awesome. I got that. That's cool. And then, last but certainly not least, Rutger Hauer in Wanted, Dead or Alive. Oh my God. Nick Randall is a loner, a legend, a bounty hunter. Oh man. Gene Simmons, yes. Oh my God, man. Wanted, Dead or Alive. Holy shit. Oh, I slightly remember this movie. I slightly do, man. It's been a long ass time, dude. But I always loved Gene Simmons, man, as playing the bad guy. He's so good at it. Like when he was playing the bad guy in Runaway, he is so good in that movie, man. He's way better than I think people really gave him credit for when he was doing some acting roles. He was great here, man. Oh, dude. An international terrorist with a plan to turn Los Angeles into a bloody battlefield. Oh, man. Yo. God, I haven't seen this thing in like forever. 86. Woo. Oh, man. This is awesome, man. I love Rutger Hauer, man. He is like a badass, man. Like Split Second is really cool, and of course I love him in Blade Runner, and obviously The Hitcher. He's fantastic, man. Yo, I haven't seen this movie in ages. Woo, this is a revisit, bro. That's for damn sure, man. I don't have any of these in the collection. I literally don't have any of them, man. I mean, my God, dude. Holy cow! Look at this. Yo, that's nuts. Narrow Margin, Trouble Bound, Crackers, One Good Cop, The Last of the Finest, Aces, Iron Eagle 3, Wanted, Dead or Alive, and Mad Dog Time. Woo! Look at that, man. Holy cow. Holy shnikes, man. Yo, this is amazing. Look at this. This is fantastic. I have none of these in the collection, by the way. None of them. Not a single one of them do I have in the collection, man. You guys... Man, when you bet right. Wow, this is phenomenal, man. This is amazing, and I cannot believe all of the physical media love that you guys have been sending me. I mean, seriously, this is incredibly impressive. I don't expect it, but man, it is incredibly appreciative. I can't I just don't have words, man. I mean, this is amazing. Thank you. Seriously, beyond words. I mean, out of truly from my heart, thank you so much. You have no idea how amazing this is, guys. You don't need to send me any love. I mean, yes, you guys asked me constantly. You said to me, "Hey Seth, we want to send you stuff, and where can we send it?" And I did this PO box for you guys, never thinking in a single second that you guys would send me anything. I just thought I would do this for a few months, and if you guys send me one package, cool, I'll consider it a win. But wow, this is incredible. This is amazing. And I can't thank you guys enough. Seriously, you guys have gone out of your way for me, and I'm just floored. I'm floored, I'm stunned, and I seriously cannot thank you enough, man. You guys are absolutely amazing and awesome, and when I'm having a rough day, when I'm having a day where I want to end it all and not do this anymore, you guys pick me up in the most best of ways possible. The great comments and the stuff that you send me is phenomenal, and I'm like a kid at Christmas, or which that kid at Hanukkah, seeing these titles and just I can't wait for the next package because you guys send me amazing stuff. I've been so amazed by this, and you guys continue to show me all kinds of love, and man, I really just hope I show it back to you guys. This is a phenomenal, spectacular, and I can't thank you enough, guys. This is amazing. Whoever sent me this stuff, first of all, thank you. I thank you so much beyond words, from my heart, truly, and I will watch them. I got a lot of stuff in the watch pile, man. I got a shitload of stuff in the watch pile, and add more to the list, guys. But so worthy of rewatching. That is for damn sure, guys. Wow, this is amazing, and I can't wait to see what the P.O. Box produces next. If you guys want to send me any physical media love, care packages, posters, movie-related goodness, you can do it. The P.O. Box is in the description below. Like I said, it's not expected, but it's definitely appreciated, and you guys have been absolutely amazing at the stuff you sent me. Pretty much the majority of stuff that I've gotten, actually all of the stuff, has been stuff that has not been in the collection ever, and I am amazed, I am stunned, and I am grateful beyond words. Thank you beyond anything. Thank you so much. Really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is phenomenal, man. What a crazy haul at the P.O. Box this time, guys. And I can't wait to see what's next. If you guys want to send anything, definitely do it. Again, not expected, but definitely appreciated. It is awesome, and I cannot wait to see what comes down the P.O. Box next, man. Whew, this was quite the stunner. However, there is definitely more physical media love ahead, so how about we go and check that out? All right, everybody, we are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check out if there's any interesting movies worth showing off. If there is, I will bring it back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show it out to each and every one of you. But before I do that, I gotta talk about a movie trailer with you guys, and this one looks juicy, baby, and that is none other than The Last Duel. It looks good, baby. Oh, man, does it look great. Let's see here. We've got Ben Affleck, we've got Jodie Comer, we've got Matt Damon, oh my God, Adam Driver, and a hell of a lot of other people, man. And boy, they look so not like you would expect them, man. This is the old school, like, old school knights and old school fighting and the old school dark ages type of days, man. Oh, man. Battles, blood, deception, and death. Oh, man, you gotta love it, baby. It looks great. It really does, man. Now, I can't quite say that I am a huge fan of these type of movies. There's a lot of movies out there that I'm just not a huge fan of, but ever so often there comes a movie or two that I really do love when it involves old school knights, dark ages, battles, type of stuff like that, man. I mean, I gotta say, Troy is amazing to me. I love Troy with Brad Pitt. I think that's a great fucking movie, man. This movie reminds me of that in a big bad way. Also, let's not forget Gladiator. Oh yeah, this definitely reminds me of Gladiator way more than Troy, but it looks so Gladiator. And it's kind of funny that it looks like Gladiator because this movie's directed by Ridley Scott, baby. Ridley Scott knows what he's doing, man. When he makes a great epic, he really does. Whether we're talking about Gladiator or Kingdom of Heaven. Oh yes, Kingdom of Heaven, vastly underrated Kingdom of Heaven, by the way. Very good, man. I love these type of movies when they're done right. When you have the budget, when you have the expertise in acting, obviously the costumes and the special effects. When you get it right, it is effective and it works and it's gritty and it's powerful. And this movie looks like that in spades. It looks great. Really, really great, man. And I just like the idea that this woman gives herself to another man outside of the marriage. And she's part of this sort of royal family. And because of her deception and deceiving these men in her life, these people are going to go to war because of her. And I just love that. It's something that, again, reminds me of Troy, about them fighting over this woman and how just basically the power of the you know what gets them every goddamn time, man. Jesus. There is wenches you can get with. I mean, come on, man. I mean, yeah, you pay a wench or two. Yeah, you might, feel a little burning sensation on your dick. But I mean, it's better than going to war. I mean, just saying, man. Shit. Jeez. When will they learn, damn it? Oh, good God, man. It looks really solid and it looks amazing. And it looks like there's going to be these epic battle sequences. It looks like there's going to be a great epic duel with Adam Driver and Matt Damon, which it could be really epic, man. I mean, that duel, that's got to beat the Troy duel. Because the Troy one with Brad Pitt is amazing, man. Him and Eric Bana fighting one-on-one with the swords is amazing. And if this gets close to it, oh, it's going to be epic. It could be really good, man. Like I said, I don't go for these movies many times. And the reason why is because you need a lot of resources at your disposal to make a movie like this and make it the best it can possibly be. And there's only a few filmmakers that can really ever pull something like this off. And honestly, one of them is Ridley Scott. And when he does it, damn does he do it, man. And this one looks like it's going to be pretty damn good, man. Will it remind me of the old school days of Gladiator? Man, I hope so. It looks great. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of that. I am dying to know. In the meantime, let's head into the second Walmart and hopefully some goodies worth checking out. Ah, yes, back in at the second Walmart for hopefully some plentiful indie physical media love. It's not exactly the most plentiful week of all time, guys. I mean, there is a major release, and then there's a lot of little smaller ones added up this week, pretty much. So when I came here, I'm thinking, well, what am I really gonna find? Well, I didn't find a lot, but I found a little bit. About 3 or 4 titles that are very much worth diving into. Hey, I've always said that a little bit of physical media love always goes a long way, and, well, Second Walmart proves that fact very, very often. Trust me. Some of those titles, oh yeah, they go quite a ways. And these ones, I think will as well. So you know what that means. Of course, we are going to go back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show off all that physical media love. Right, Seth? Absolutely, baby. Let's get our physical media on. Great. I'm not going to have to fight with you. I'm not going to have to threaten you with a punch. Thank goodness. Nah, you don't have to threaten me or anything. I mean, I could kick your ass anyways. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I could beat your ass in a physical media battle, or I can take you down. Come on. To be real, I could take you. Excuse me? I can take you in a battle, brother. I mean, not only a physical media battle, but I can take you in a battle. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm going to use my fists, or I'm going to beat you with the Blu-rays and DVDs. I mean, your choice. Okay, fine, you win. I mean, I don't know if I'd really want to get beat up by my own physical media. Getting beat to death by your own movies. God, there's something really thick and twisted about that. That's just all kinds of wrong. It really is, man. God. Who would beat you with your own physical media? That's just cruel. That is cruel, man. No, I'm good. I'm good, I swear. Oh man, what a very intriguing death that would be. Oh, how did he die? Oh, he got beaten by his own physical media collection. Man, how would you describe that in your obituary? Yeesh. Oh, I love my physical media, guys. I mean, I might be buried with it, but I don't want to get beat by it. I mean, come on, man. Seriously. Oh, and speaking of physical media, man, yes, it's been a little bit of rough waters here and there, but still, we've seen some pretty interesting stuff, dare I say, man. And look, when it comes to interesting, let's be real. The second Walmart, well, I think interesting is one of the names that you can definitely say. Weird, bizarre, ridiculous, out there. Oh, yeah. The second Walmart provides quite the unique variety, dare I say. And this time around, well, it's a little bit. But when it comes to the second Walmart, hey, a little bit still supplies all the bizarre and weirdness that you can handle. We're back at it again, baby, with more Walmart indie goodness. You gotta love it. Every single time, some weird entries into the Walmart indie-verse. Maybe another excellent entry into the Walmart weirdness? Well, we're just gonna have to dive in. So how about we do it with the first title being Death in Texas. Yes. Redemption is a dangerous path. Ooh, with Laura Flynn Boyle, Bruce Dern, Stephen Lang. Nice, very nice. Liking that, man. What is this? Oh, that guy's having a really bad day. Yeesh. Upon returning home from prison, an ex-convict with a wicked past learns his mother is dying of liver failure. Ooh. With time running out and limited options, he must take matters into his own hands to get the resources that will save her life, even if it means stealing from the cartel. Oh, ooh, look at that. Oh, is that like Bruce Dern with an eye patch? That's awesome. Oh, man. As long as it's not like some sort of drug dealer thing that he's trying to cross and the drug dealer happens to be Stephen Lang. Because you don't want to cross Stephen Lang, man. Because, trust me, you don't want the turkey baster. Nah. Because, trust me, what he'll do with you with the turkey baster, even if you're a guy, he'll stick it up places you don't want to, man. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that, dude. Oh, man. I like this. I like the idea of a man so desperate that he will do anything to save the one he loves, even going up against the cartel to do it. I do like that quite a bit, man. And honestly, I do like the cast. I mean, Laura Flynn Boyle, I can't say that I've always really loved Laura Flynn Boyle. There's moments where I've liked her in. Like, I really liked her in Twin Peaks. Like, the early years of her career, I really liked her in that. Didn't much care for her in Men in Black 2, nah, I didn't really care for her that much. She's an okay actress, not the best. I do love Bruce Dern, man. Bruce Dern has done some amazing work, man. You got to give that guy a hell of a lot of credit, man. He is a consummate professional and amazing actor. And Stephen Lang, I mean, come on. Don't Breathe, Avatar, and many more. I mean, that guy is pretty damn good as well, dare I say. So it's pretty much a solid cast with a solid idea. A man does anything for his family until the turkey baster shows up. Because once it's put up your ass, yeah, there's no going back. Sometimes a deal can be deadly. In 32 Malasana Street, a Shudder exclusive, baby. Look at this. Ooh, something wicked this way comes, man. And you better get the fuck out of there. And it's inspired by true events. Of course, it's inspired by, not exactly based on, inspired by. Two very different things, guys. Interesting. How about we dive into this little yarn, shall we? Slick and spooky, genuinely unsettling. Inspired by true events, the Almedo family decides to leave their village behind for a fresh start in the city and buy an old apartment at 32 Malasana Street for a suspiciously reasonable price. Why is the price so damn good, I wonder? But soon after they've unpacked their bags, they discover something about their new home. They aren't alone. Oh, I don't think they are. And if they're not, that motherfucker better be paying rent. That's for damn sure, man. Oh, yes, indeed. You know what this kind of reminds me of, actually? It kind of reminds me, in a small way, of like Castle Freak. The idea that you're not alone, that something is there, but you're not quite sure what it is. I mean, then again, it's not some like weird, like sex crazed monster or some shit that's trying to fuck everybody. But I mean, yeah, you know, it could be. I mean, the entity could be horny. Who the fuck knows? But oh man, boy, you know, sometimes when it's too good to be true, yeah, it really is too good to be true, man. And isn't it something with some of these horror films, man? Because a lot of these horror films are like, oh, they're inspired by true events. When they say that, honestly, it's like inspired in the smallest way of stuff. I mean, you look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? And Texas Chainsaw Massacre could technically be considered inspired by, right? Because it's inspired by a lot of other serial killers out there, Ed Gein and a lot of other people. And so they sort of took that and they turned it into something else, which is amazing, but it is kind of inspired by in some form or another. Just because it's inspired by doesn't mean that the events in this movie are true. Take it with a little bit of grain of salt, man, especially with something like this, man. I mean, uh, I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of a creepy tale. I like the idea of some sort of entity or something that's around the corner ready to get you and attack you. I mean, the Conjuring films have made a whole franchise out of it. Insidious, you name it. I mean, why not a Shudder exclusive? Look, I've kind of grown to like some of the Shudder exclusives. I think some of them aren't bad. Others, eesh, not exactly the best either. I mean, it seems like the Shudder exclusives tend to, yes, I guess you could say pay homage, but in some ways maybe rip off ideas from better movies. And sometimes the movies that they make aren't exactly the best of the bunch. Could this have some cool atmosphere and some unsettling moments? Of course it can. Then again, could it be a total, absolute cheapo ripoff? Well, yeah, that too. Where does 32 Malasana Street go? One side or the other? Well, it doesn't really matter. People are going to get killed. They're going to get creeped out. And at the end of the day, that creepy entity is never going to pay the damn rent. They really should just kick his ass out. If you really have to stay at a motel or an inn, and all they have is the creepy room, just stay in your fucking car. I mean, seriously, man. With room 9, look at that. Nice. You'll never stay anywhere else. Oh, yeah, no, thank you. I'll just sleep in my car. I've got enough things to worry about when it comes to motels, like bed bugs, not the creepy, weird people that might be surrounding me. Actually, what am I talking about? I'll just deal with the bed bugs. Fuck it. At least I know I can get rid of those fuckers. God damn. Yeesh. Oh, one night here will cost you your life. This chilling horror tale stars Scout Taylor Compton, Michael Berryman, and Kane Hodder. Now that is a goddamn cast, man. That's pretty damn good. Ain't gonna lie, man. Nice. Long ago, room 9 of the Johnson Bedford Inn, located in a remote small town, was the site of a gruesome double murder. Decades later, with the town terrorized once again by a string of bloody, brutal killings, a mysterious woman named Star arrives to investigate and suffers bizarre flashbacks related to the inn's slayings. Is she connected to the killings? Or the inn's next victim? Yes! Oh, room 9, baby. You know, it kind of reminds me of a few movies. One kind of has some shades of The Innkeepers, that Ty West movie, which, by the way, I'm not exactly in love with that movie. It's not a bad film. I just wasn't a big fan of the ending, but the idea of creepy things going on in this inn and, past murders and stuff that might be coming back to haunt them. Very interesting stuff with that. I like that. There's also a couple other ones that it reminds me of. It also ends up honestly reminding me of yes, the House of the Devil. Another really good one that I like. I mean, I like the idea of like ritualistic killings and bizarre things going on. And is this all in your head, or are you the next victim? I kind of like that, and this is a really solid movie, man. Very atmospheric, very creepy, slow, but I don't mind it if I'm entertained, man. And this one's a pretty good one. I do like that one quite a bit. I mean, that one's good. There's also another one that I really like, and that is yes, Session 9. Session 9 is a really good one, man. Talk about a very creepy, dark, unsettling movie, man. I just love the idea that the spirits of this place is sort of taking people over and making them kill. Like that is really awesome and such a wonderful sort of atmosphere. It gets under your skin type of movie, man. Really, really well done, man. Very well done indeed. So it has a few interesting vibes to it, man, which I definitely appreciate. And come on, with a cast like that, Scout Taylor Compton, Michael Berryman, Kane motherfucking Hodder, you gotta love that cast, man. That's one hell of a goddamn cast. That's really cool, man. That is awesome. It also reminds me a little bit of like Identity too, kind of that one of like they're in the creepy motel and who's killing who and what's actually going on. There's some unsettling moments when you deal with a mystery like that. So this has those elements, and I love those horror actors, man. I mean, you have old school, you have new school. They're all really solid in the horror genre, and to bring them all together for a creepy, unsettling tale about murder and mystery and intrigue and who's gonna be the next victim of the creepy inn. That is really cool. So this has a lot of potential to it. Some really cool horror stars, some really cool plot, a creepy motel inn. It has the recipe for success. Can it pull it off? Well, that's another question. But I gotta tell you, it definitely intrigues me in a big bad way. But let's put it this way. If I'm going to an inn and I see Kane Hodder and Michael Berryman, well, let's just put it this way. I'll sleep outside. I'm not going to sleep next to the guy that slays teenagers in the woods and who ends up stalking and eating people in the desert. Yeah, that's so not going to happen. Some doctors got a real God complex. Indeed, they do in the God Committee. Very nice. Kelsey Grammer, Julia Stiles, Janine Garofalo, and Dan Hedaya. Nice cast, man. Very nice. And look at Kelsey sporting that beautiful head of hair, man. I mean, it's either a really bad toupee or he joined the Rogaine Hair Club for men. Regardless, dude. I mean, he hasn't had this good of hair since the Cheers days. Shit, man. Ooh, he's taking it back old school, baby. My God, man. Yo. So I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime. Now, basically, what it is about is there is a heart that has become available, and there is a few candidates that are up for the heart. And it's basically about the struggle that these doctors have to try to figure out who is going to be worthy to get the heart transplant. Now, cuts to many, many years later, and obviously that decision has haunted them, and it's about the choices that they made or didn't make, and how it's caught up to them, and how the past influences the present and the future. It's very, very interesting of a movie. When I went into this film, I was thinking to myself, God, it's probably going to be a very mundane sort of doctor drama, and it is a drama in a lot of ways, and a lot of, honestly, like, betrayals and, like, stuff of, like, oh, hey, he's sleeping with me, but I like him, but we can't really tell anybody. I mean, there's a lot of that to the movie, but there's honestly a lot of intriguing conflict in the film as well. And I love the actors in here. I love the acting. I thought everybody did a great job, man. Kelsey really brought it. I thought he was really dramatic. Very well done in his abilities there. Julia Stiles is a great equal to Kelsey Grammer in this movie. I thought Janine Garofalo was pretty damn solid, playing a very serious role here. And man, I remember the old school Janine Garofalo days. I actually really miss Janine Garofalo. I remember her in movies like Mystery Men, and I believe she was in Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. I believe she was in that, and she's been in a few things way back in the day, man. God, I remember really loving her. I was like, man, where the hell has she been? I hadn't seen her in a lifetime. It was great to see her in a newer movie as well, man. I mean, everybody does a really great job here. And honestly, I found the movie very intriguing and fascinating. The idea of what doctors really have to go through. The idea that in a lot of ways, doctors are playing God in a really very, maybe in an unfair way, I would say, because there's a lot of people out there that their life literally hangs in the balance, and it's the decisions that these people make that is the difference between life and death. They literally hold your life in their hands, and the decisions that they make can either continue to keep you alive or bury you 6 feet under. And I like the dilemmas of that. And I think the movie really goes out of its way to really showcase that in a really effective and interesting way that I thought worked. I really do, man. And in fact, when I was watching this movie, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, honestly, I could see this as a TV show. Like, I honestly really could. If they did this as a TV show, I might be interested to watch this thing because it's that fascinating to me. And I love the dilemmas in this movie that I would be interested to see this fleshed out in a sort of 1 hour medical drama. I really would, man. And I think it works. I honestly think it does, with the acting and the interesting ideas presented here. I just like the idea of a medical drama that is not your typical medical drama. It has moments of typical medical stuff, sleeping with this person and that person, and the whole to do about that. Yeah, it's got moments of that, but it's got an interesting idea of what it takes to be a doctor, and who you have to answer to. Not only do you have to answer to the patient, but you have to answer to obviously the people who obviously give you a paycheck and the people who continue to support you and the donors of the hospital and the bigwigs that you're doing research for and the idea that it's all wrapped up in these decisions that you make and it's literally the difference between life and death and that's some powerful stuff, man, and I think it really works. Crazy enough, I think it really does, man. I thought this was going to be a mundane piece of shit, but I was really pleasantly surprised by the God Committee. It's not bad. I mean, if you don't like these movies, then this movie's not exactly gonna win you over, but if you're into these type of films, man, the God Committee ain't half bad, dude. And on top of that, Kelsey Grammer, dude, he's still got it. He's having sex with Julia Stiles in this movie. I mean, damn. Give him credit. He's still getting fine ass after all these years. I don't know whether it's the terrible toupee or just Kelsey Grammer's charm. Who the fuck knows, man? I mean, hey, he played Beast and he's still a beast in the sheets. Ah, yes, my man Kelsey, baby. He still got it, bro. You gotta give him credit. Come on, man. Ah, dude, just ditch the really terrible wig. It doesn't work, dude. Man, your hair has seen way better days. Man, I'd rather see your bald skull, bro. Oh, man, I would. But you ain't half bad in the movie, so I will give you credit. Just please ditch the toupee, bro. Seriously. Not bad, man. All things considered, pretty damn solid. And pretty damn solid this week, man. I mean, it's a little bit of indie love, but hey, a little bit goes a long way. And with this selection, well, it did its job pretty damn well. You see, if you're going against the cartels and battling them in Texas, you really need Stephen Lang on your side, man. I mean, the things that he will do with a turkey baster, man, nobody will fuck with that guy. Who needs turkey basters up their ass? Seriously, everybody will run for the hills. You won't regret it. If the ghost or entity is terrorizing you in your apartment, just make sure you get the fucking rent. I mean, seriously. And if you're in a creepy motel or inn, try to stay away from Michael Berryman and Kane Hodder. Something tells me that they're not the best bunk buddies to have in a hotel room. Just saying, they might have a killer instinct. Oh, and you know what? If I want anybody to be my doctor, it's gotta be Kelsey Grammer. I mean, come on. With that hair, and he's bagging Julia Stiles, that's a guy that I would trust to make my medical decisions. Wouldn't you? Oh, yes, look at this, baby. Some really interesting second Walmart love. Indeed, a little bit definitely goes a long way. These definitely supplied some really good entertainment. That is for damn sure, guys. Oh, yes. They really did, man. And boy, this week has been a little bit here, a little bit there, but still some pleasant surprises along the way. Look, not every week can be the most amazing, gigantic physical media week of all time. Sometimes, unfortunately, we do have smaller weeks to look forward to. But that's sort of the ups and downs of physical media, isn't it? I mean, look, as a physical media lover, as a physical media fan, you guys know that it's easier said than done that you're gonna find everything in the stores. It's just not the case, man. And yes, you have to go out of your way to get some really great titles from time to time, sort of pull it out of your ass, so to speak. But when you find something that's worth it in the stores, it is definitely worth it. And I've had moments where I have found something really amazing in the stores and I'm so shocked to see it. And other times where I'm like, boy, I'm surprised the tumbleweed doesn't just keep on going past me because yeah, there's just nothing to look at. I mean, yes, I've had both of those experiences, and I know that you guys have as well. Look, physical media has had its ups and downs, and there's been a lot of more better moments in the past for physical media than there is now. But there are still moments to treasure. There are still moments to love in the stores. Yes, sometimes you gotta maybe reach and find it a little bit more than usual, but hey, that's what physical media is all about. The hunt is always worth it because when you find those gems, that is really the thrill of it. To find it, to really know that you took the time to look at all of this stuff and you see something that you've never seen before and something that you haven't seen in a long time. Those are the moments that you cherish, man. And so even on a lesser physical media week, you can still find some stuff worth checking out. I mean, hey, the second Walmart pretty much proves that. You know what I'm saying, guys? So never give up on physical media, especially in the stores, because you never know what you'll find. Could be an indie gem, could be a forgotten classic, but it's always worth it when you're on the hunt. I think you guys agree with me on that one. And yes, this week has had its ups, it has its downs, but let's just put it this way. Every physical media week is worth it because we see physical media. And hey, as long as there's physical media out there in the ether, in the world, in the stores, new stuff we're checking out, I'll always be there to show it off. And I hope you guys know that. I always love it, baby. It's physical media. Why wouldn't I love it? Seriously. It's just addictive, and I just can't get enough. That is for damn sure, guys. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the second Walmart love, but there is more physical media to check out, or at least I hope. So how about we go to the next location and see what we can find. All right, everybody. We are at our fourth and final location, and on a physical media hunt, it's always recommended by your doctor to have a little beast love. Yes, it is. It's painless. And usually you get a lot of pleasure out of it. Let's hope. We are at our last location, guys, and that is none other than the Beast, Best Buy. The Beast, baby. Yes, indeed we are, man. And this has been quite an interesting physical media day, that is for damn sure. Some new release love, some indie love, some surprise P.O. box love. It's been pretty good so far. But what will Best Buy produce? Maybe more new release goodness, maybe some exclusive love, and a surprise or two. Hey, we have been surprised before. So could we be again? You never know. But how about we go in and check out all that physical media goodness. All right, we are in at Best Buy under the new releases, and yes, there is new release love indeed. The Blu-ray digital of A Quiet Place Part 2 for $22.99, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital for $27.99, and oh, let's not forget that Best Buy has an exclusive, baby, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital Steely for $34.99. Look at that sweet steelbook. I do like that cover with them sort of trekking through with their blood red. I really like that. I think it's a way better cover than this one. It's not bad, but this one feels just more like an iconic cover than this one does. I can't say I love everything as far as steelbooks are concerned that Best Buy does, but this one, it is pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I do like that. And I already have the steelbook love from the first Quiet Place. So, maybe, just maybe, guys. It's possible. But, there's been a lot of really great post-apocalyptic films over the years, man. Whether we're talking about The Road or The Book of Eli, I Am Legend, Snowpiercer, Doomsday, which is a really pretty good one, a solid one as well. Obviously, the Mad Max films comes to mind as well. And one of the better ones to come down the pike in a long time has been Quiet Place. It really did. And I think it just helped with the great atmosphere and the whole tale with the family and having to be quiet, and those moments where you get those really loud noises that really sort of jar you in a really unique way that you're not expecting. And I think that's what this movie really pulled off. It was exhilarating, it was spine chilling, it was thrilling, it was everything you wanted. And A Quiet Place Part 2 did that in spades. And, to me, because I know that this is getting a third film, this movie made a good chunk of change at the box office, and it made enough where the studio is like, okay, this is now a franchise. This is officially a franchise series. And it's interesting because A Quiet Place, to me, never felt like a franchise series. If we had only gotten the one film, I would have been fine with it. I wouldn't have had a problem. But then the money talked, the bullshit walked, and we know that we got part 2, which was cool. But now we're heading into a part 3, and now this becomes a franchise. It's no longer just a sequel for sequel's sake. This is becoming a money-making franchise. So where does this franchise go, essentially? And I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think, because the second film set up the idea of obviously other survivors out there, but can they all be trusted? Maybe a place where the creatures won't actually be able to affect them, but how long is that really going to be able to last? And of course, the journey of actually bringing people over to that particular island and the dangerous trek that they're going to have to take to get back to the family. There's a lot of great little nuggets that they've brought in. The idea that the teenagers are really stepping up, and I like the idea of the evolving story of a bigger world of characters out there that we're yet to interact with, and how that will all affect us, and how do we fight not only ourselves but the creatures as well. It's a very interesting idea that I think A Quiet Place Part 2 sort of sprinkled in certain elements that I think you could go with a third film on. Franchises, over time, franchises evolve, and nothing ever stays the same. And it's honestly the truth, man. I mean, do I think that we're going to have the creatures in part 3? Yes, because I think the creatures are still really effective. I like the idea of how they hunt through sound, and I think they can still be a great asset to the franchise. But I think moving forward, I think things are going to change, and they are going to morph. I'm kind of curious. And it's interesting because you look at many different franchises out there. Some are able to stay the same as slasher films for slasher's sake. You look at a Friday the 13th, or you look at a Halloween series. Well, the Halloween series, weirdly enough, kind of evolved, didn't it? I mean, at one point it was just a basic babysitter, stalker, slasher movie, and then it went into rune stones and weird, mystic curses, and it went into some really wild and bizarre places, man. And even a show like The Walking Dead, that was once a simple zombie survival tale, went so far in a very different direction that the zombies really are no longer really the main focus. They're sort of an add-on on top of everything else. Franchises evolve, for good or bad, and I'm hoping that with A Quiet Place Part 2, and anything going forward, 3, 4, 5, who knows if we're going to be that lucky, guys, but I look at it as a franchise that hopefully doesn't forget where it came from, that they can still use the idea of sound, and the creatures are not going to be forgotten. It's never easy to make a franchise. It really never is. You look at something like Hellraiser, which was a really cool and interesting tale that for the first 2 or 3 movies were very fascinating. Pinhead was sort of in the background. The Cenobites were an extra added on threat to this supernatural family drama, and then he started to get more popular, and they added him in more, and the characters sort of lost their effectiveness after a while. Or you even look up at action franchises like Die Hard. Die Hard started out as sort of a action survival tale, and yeah, has kind of kept that theme in some ways, but they've always upped the ante more and more. Like John McClane now literally jumps out of fighter jets onto, concrete, and he can't barely get injured, and it just morphed into so crazy ridiculousness that at a certain point you're like, this is no longer the franchise that I remember it being. And I don't want that to happen to A Quiet Place. Unfortunately, with every franchise, they have to up the ante more and more. And at a certain point, you ask yourself, how did this get lost in the shuffle? How did we lose our way? I hope that doesn't happen. Like I said, we enjoyed the movie for what it was, but we can see faults in the movie. We can see characters making stupid decisions. We can see certain elements where maybe losing the core group of the family might not be the best idea because you're losing the heart of the series. And I wonder if Emily Blunt is coming back. Are the kids coming back? Are we going to focus on a whole different set of a family? There's so many ways that they can go with a part 3 and beyond. But what's the right course of action to take? I mean, John Krasinski is not coming back as the director. He's done. He said, look, I'm here for part 2. There was a great idea. I want to invest in it. He did. But going forward, there's going to be another director, and that director is going to have a different idea of how to go about with the franchise. Look, no franchise ever truly 100% gets it right. You look at Star Trek, you look at Star Wars, you look at a lot of these entities out there, and there is faults that are made along the way. It depends on how far you stray away from the material. And I think A Quiet Place Part 2, you can only stretch it so far until the concept breaks. I'm very interested in where Part 3 goes, but buyer beware. Sometimes a story can only last for so long until you start to lose interest in it. We're not there yet with A Quiet Place Part 2, but in time we could be. I'm very interested to see where they take this. It could be really fascinating, or it could turn into a franchise that had too many films added onto it. Franchises, it's tough because a studio is going to milk the shit out of this franchise. But is that the right way to go about it? As I said, money talks, bullshit walks. Where will Quiet Place Part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Who knows where it goes next, man? I just hope it don't go to space. However, would I be shocked? Hell, the Fast and Furious franchise went there. Hell, Friday the 13th franchise went there. Man, Leprechaun franchise went there. Every franchise eventually goes to space. God damn it. You do get exclusive director diaries with John Krasinski, behind the scenes of the making of the film, a bunch of featurettes as well. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all, man. And a nice steelbook to boot, dude. Look, the first one really surprised us. And I think the second one was anticipated with slightly mixed results, but still a solid film. Is this a franchise of diminishing returns, or is this a franchise that could potentially get better with every installment? Well, right now I'm in a wait-and-see approach. I like where they're going. I can see the faults, but it all depends really on a post-apocalyptic idea that's good and has legs, but how far can those legs really run towards? I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. And on the other side of the new releases, I mean, we still have a lot of Spiral love, but that Steelbook definitely did sell out, and I can see why, man. I mean, Steelbooks are going like crazy, man. People love their Steelbooks, so eventually this was gonna be gone at some point, man. So that is all out. But I guarantee it's a popular steelbook. It'll come back in at some point, man. So they did get rid of that. That is all gone. They still have a little bit more Space Jam love, which is cool. Who doesn't like Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny teaming up together? Nice. They did get back in more 4K Animal House. And if you've never seen Animal House, please do it because it is hilarious. One of the best college comedies of all time. It is awesome. Great to see that back in. They do have that. They have, of course, the Scott Pilgrim versus the World love. They have that too. They did get in more of the steelbook of Sicario, which is a really cool steelbook, man. I gotta admit, I really like that steel. I like the look of it. I haven't pulled the trigger on that one. It was either between that one or the one at Target. Both of them look cool, though. Oh, I don't know. I would love to have Sicario in the collection. I just don't know which steelbook was actually really worth it or not, but that is a killer steel, though. You gotta admit, man. That is cool. And oh, I forgot they still have Chaos walking the steelbook here. Why am I not surprised? Oh, man. Like I said, there are certain steelbooks that I love, like that Quiet Place Part 2 steel, which looks cool. And then this one, which literally looks like a toddler just scribbled all over their goddamn faces. Who thought this was a good idea for a steelbook? I have no idea, man, but I doubt that's actually going to be selling anytime soon. Just saying. It went from the top of the pile all the way to the bottom of the pile. And it ain't going back up. You know what I'm saying? They have that. Justice Society, Best Buy exclusive love. And, of course, you gotta always love Arnold Last Action Hero, baby. Love that, too. So they got some good stuff here. I mean, Wrath of Man still. Mortal Kombat, of course, that Mortal Kombat steelbook is still gone, man. That was a popular steelbook as well. When they're popular, I hate to say it, they fly, baby. Who knows if they're going to get more back in, but it is popular, so why not get more in? You always want to make more money. And at $34.99, it's a hefty price, but if you love the movie and if you love the steel, why not pick it up? Apparently everybody else is, so that's all gone as well, and they still have the Saw and Jigsaw love too, so they have quite a bit still worth showing off, man. That's for damn sure, and it's always good to see Best Buy have more physical media love. But let's see what else they got. And on the backside for all the release love, there is a few things that I'm seeing scanning the area. We do have some more release love to dive into. And I'm also seeing they still have a ton of steelbook love for Quiet Place Part 2 on this side as well. Usually my Best Buy doesn't have a lot of steelbook love, but this time around they definitely do, man. They got that, they got a bunch of the Blu-ray and the 4K as well. So if you're looking for a Quiet Place Part 2, you are definitely going to get it. They have a ton of that. They also end up having this Blu-ray of this movie I had not heard of yet, and that is The Birthday Cake for $13.99. Look at this. Lorraine Bracco, Val Kilmer, and Ewan McGregor. Revenge never tasted so sweet. I like that cover. That's a great family reunion gone terribly wrong, man. Look at that. One night can change a family forever. On the 10th anniversary of his father's mysterious death, a birthday cake prepared by his mother, a celebration hosted by his uncle, a Brooklyn Mafia boss. Val Kilmer's a Brooklyn Mafia boss? Yeah, baby. He's one badass Brooklyn Mafia boss. He doesn't need to say a word. Actions speak for themselves, baby. Yes, indeed. He pieces together what really happened to his father all those years ago, coming face to face with a kind of violence he has been trying to avoid his whole life. Oh, and Ewan McGregor playing a priest. I mean, he did play Obi-Wan, so, you know, a priest is easy for him. Yes, this is great. This looks cool, man. A really great mob action drama, possibly? I mean, seeing Lorraine Bracco here is really cool, man. God, I remember her back in the Sopranos days. Woo, it's been a long time since I've seen her in something, man. I used to love her in the Sopranos. Oh, it's been such a long time, dude. But, man, this is cool. Almost like, kind of like some people from like the Sopranos days, like almost like a little bit of a reunion. You get Val Kilmer love, Ewan McGregor here, a good revenge tale. Sometimes it's worth taking a gamble on certain movies, and the birthday cake might be one of them. I mean, whoever knew a birthday cake could be so deadly? Then we have the Blu-ray digital of American Gods, season 3 for $22.99. And Neil Gaiman, man, Neil Gaiman is one hell of a writer. He's really a fascinating dude, man. If you've ever dived into him, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, definitely give it a chance because he's written some really fascinating works, man. He really has. He wrote Good Omens, which the Amazon series is based off of, and that's a really great series. I love Good Omens, man. I mean, I hear they're getting a second season, which I'm kind of dying to find out because honestly, it's a really great, interesting, quirky series with these great themes of faith and how it can be, you know, deceived, and how basically faith can turn against us or bring us together. Very fascinating stuff that show has, man. I really like that. He also ended up doing a short story that 2017 movie How to Talk to Girls at Parties is based off of. That's a very weird and quirky movie, man. Not quite sure I like that movie, but I gotta say it is kind of unique though. So I will give it that. He also ended up writing for Vertigo some of the stuff that the Lucifer show is based off of, some of the characters and whatnot, which I did not know, and that's actually quite fascinating, actually, that it was based off of a Vertigo stuff that he actually did. Very fascinating indeed, man. And he's done a lot of other interesting work as well. But I gotta tell you, he's one of those writers that definitely puts in themes of faith and worship and of these false gods and these idols and sort of the manipulation of that. And I gotta give him a lot of credit, man. He does some really fascinating work, and I've heard only the best about this show. I really have. I've heard it's really, really good, not only in the acting, but the special effects and the story. I've heard pretty solid things, man. I never got a chance to actually watch it. Then again, I no longer have cable, so can you really blame me? But I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Is this good? Did it start out great and not so good anymore? Is it still worth it? What is your thoughts on Neil Gaiman? Definitely let me know, man. But I tell you, the guy is fascinating for what it's worth, man. And his works have some really interesting and powerful themes to them. They really do, man. Got some good featurettes here. Some stuff on season 3, not bad. I mean, it looks kind of quirky. It looks cool. I like these type of shows that really subvert expectations and subvert what you think about you know, certain idols and gods and faith, and boy, he's done some really interesting work that really makes you think about those concepts quite a bit. And American Gods sounds like another one that's right up any Neil Gaiman fan's alley. Oh no, straight to Blu-ray and DVD Bruce Willis. This can't be good. Oh no. Midnight in the Switchgrass. Can they stop a serial killer who can't stop himself? Oh, I like that, man. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, man. And I don't know why. I mean, I knew it had Bruce Willis in it, and I was like, Bruce Willis really don't give a shit anymore. I mean, have you seen his acting as of late? I mean, the guy don't really give two shits about anything. But I was like, whatever, I'm going to give it a chance, man. And so, here we go. I mean, basically, they're on the hunt for this killer of women, this guy who has taken women hostage and captive, and basically has sort of almost used them as his sort of personal playthings, and this sort of messed up family man that they're trying to catch, and the complications of that and the drama of it. It's really interesting, okay? So here I went into the movie thinking this was going to be complete trash, right? Oh shit, man, it's got Bruce Willis in it, and it's a straight to DVD Blu-ray movie, man. This shit can't be good. And you know what? I was pleasantly fucking surprised by this movie. I'm serious. I was really surprised by this. I thought Megan Fox did a really good job. I thought Emil Hirsch was pretty solid here. The killer, played by Lucas Haas, not bad. I mean, the only one that doesn't give a shit here is Bruce Willis. Now, mind you, that would usually be a bad thing. However, Bruce Willis is really not in the movie all that much. Maybe he's got, I don't know, like 10 minutes of screen time tops, maybe, in an hour and a half movie. So he's not really that bad of a bother, honestly, which is kind of crazy considering usually Bruce Willis is the thing that brings these movies down nowadays. But he's really not bad. You kind of get through those scenes of like, okay, it's Bruce Willis, and kind of move on. But Megan Fox really gives a shit here. Emil Hirsch gives a shit. Lucas Haas does. They do great job acting, and I love Megan Fox here being this detective that goes undercover for these prostitutes to try to be the one that ends up obviously saving them from these dirtbags and this killer that's on the loose. And I actually really like her going undercover and getting captured and, you know, being the one to take this dude down. I think she does a great job here. Honestly, like, I'm not a huge fan of Megan Fox, but she really pulled her own here. She really did. And Emil Hirsch is really great as this cop who's also on the hunt for the killer. And he's very dramatic, and he's got some great, really in-depth scenes with telling a mother about the fact that her daughter is killed. And he really brings it to this role, and so does Lucas Haas. He has this sort of creepy sense to him where you feel for him because he has a little girl and he's a family guy, and you feel for him and the love that he has for his wife and his daughter. But then when you see him with these girls and what he's doing to them and messing with them and the psychology of it, you're like, God, this guy is way more messed up than anyone ever thought. And he's got a good, like, creepy, sinister way about him, and you're kind of conflicted, and it's great. The movie works. It's a great sort of serial killer, stalker on the loose type of movie, which is way better than I thought it was ever gonna be. It really is phenomenal, man. I mean, it doesn't hurt that Megan Fox, looks hot in the damn thing, but that aside, she does a good job here, man. Everybody does. Well, except for Bruce Willis, but then again, that's a no-brainer. Look, it's not the best sort of killer on the loose, taking women type of film. I think, honestly, Kiss the Girls is probably one of the best of them all, man. I mean, really phenomenal movie. But, honestly, this is still a really solid movie. It's actually way better than I was ever going to give it credit for, man. I mean, it looks like these actors, for the most part, really care about the material that they're doing here. They really care about the script. They care about doing a really great film. And I connected with the characters, and I connected with the hunt for this killer. I mean, yes, there are moments of stupidity. Yes, there is moments of, like, oh, come on, man, you just can't look at the video footage, for fuck's sake, and, like, catch the fucking guy. There is moments of, like, oh, come on. But outside of that, I thought it was an effective little thrilling yarn, and I was not expecting this. All kidding aside, whatever you want to say about Bruce Willis and him bringing down really terrible straight-to-DVD movies, this is not one of them. It's pretty damn solid. I mean, if you've given up on Megan Fox, and trust me, I've done it a time or two, man, but movies like Rogue and this movie really show that she is a really good actress when given the right material. Emil Hirsch is solid here, and the performances and the story actually work. Crazy enough, this movie's not bad. And boy, when I saw Bruce Willis on the cover of this goddamn thing, I was ready to basically call this a turd burger, and honestly, it surprised the hell out of me. Who the fuck would have known a movie straight to DVD and Blu-ray that has Bruce Willis playing an age-old detective would actually be good? But then again, when Bruce Willis is only in it for 10 minutes, that kind of works. Oh, well, the man needs a paycheck. But honestly, everything else around him, pretty damn solid. And who'd have thunk it, man? I'm telling you, not bad. Way better than I ever anticipated. Surprise, surprise on that one, guys. Not bad at all. I mean, they have some pretty decent stuff here. I mean, they have more 4K love for Doctor Strangelove, which is not bad as well. I mean, they have City of Lies still. They have Shall Select Explorer's Love, of course. That's pretty cool, too. They still have a decent selection of stuff, man. They actually still got in some copies of Battle Beyond the Stars, which is definitely gonna sell, man. Nice. Not the most plentiful we've ever seen Best Buy, but honestly, it is getting a bit better. And you know I'm loving that. Not bad at all. Let's head out. Not bad, Best Buy. Not bad at all, baby. I mean, hey, they do have some physical media goodness, dare I say. They definitely do, man. Yes, indeed, man. Not the greatest physical media week, but Best Buy definitely did come through with the exclusive Best Buy Steelbook love, new releases, and a little bit of indie goodness as well. Hey, I will take it. Come on, guys, you gotta say that, because let's be real here. There are times at these stores where physical media is hanging on by a goddamn thread. They're like Sylvester Stallone in Cliffhanger. They're like, ah. They're literally trying to hang on for dear fucking life. So when we have a decent release week, some decent stuff at the stores, I gotta point it out, man. So Best Buy has not been doing bad. Been doing all right. Not spectacular, but they are bringing in the product and they are selling it. So that makes me a very happy man. And when they're selling it, that means we get more physical media love. And that is never a bad thing. Never a bad thing at all, man. I mean, they got some good stuff here. Like I said, they got Explorer love. They got Event Horizon Screen Factory love. That is pretty damn cool, man. If you've never seen Event Horizon, whoa, this is fucking awesome, man. That is really cool that they have that. And some more physical media love over on this side also. I mean, they got some stuff, man. They got some stuff. They're bringing in the goods. Not bad. It can always be better. But then again, you know, when you're a physical media lover, you always want the best. I mean, seriously, it is true. But Best Buy did deliver just a little bit this week. And as a physical media lover, I gotta give them props for that. It wasn't a plentiful physical media week, especially for store love, but hey, they did pull it off. And they didn't do half bad either. So I will definitely give them credit, man. I hope you do as well. Very interesting physical media week. Gotta love everything that you see at the stores and then don't see at the stores. Look, hey, I'm a physical media lover. I hope for the best. Sometimes I don't always achieve it, but when I do, pure perfection. And sometimes easier said than done, but Best Buy did their best, and I give them credit for it. Hope you do too. Let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week, man. And boy, oh boy, look, it's not the most exciting physical media week ever, to be fair, man. But we still did see a lot of love through physical media, whether it's the indie goodness, whether it's some of the bigger name titles this week, you name it, man. I mean, I'm just still happy to see physical media in the stores, to be honest with you, man. I mean, after all of the stuff with COVID in the past year, after all of the beatdowns that physical media has taken, man, I've seen weeks where we've barely seen anything in the stores, man. It's been like Mother's Hubbard's cupboard a lot of times. And so, yeah, not a lot, but as far as I'm concerned, a little goes a long way. And physical media in stores has never really been guaranteed for a really long time, man. So I'll take what I can get, to be fair. And now that movie theaters are open and more movies are now coming out, well, what does that eventually mean? Well, that means more physical media love. So even on a slow week, there is still stuff to look forward to. And on the horizon, oh, a hell of a lot more. So definitely stay tuned, man. But there is still some stuff worth checking out, some pretty cool things, and one big major release that is always worth giving a chance to. Let me know what you guys checked out, what you picked up, what you're interested in. Let me know. As far as I'm concerned, What? Okay. Holy cow, what a crazy and wild physical media week I had, guys. First of all, let's talk about these wonderful titles right here. All that I got from you guys out there. Troublebound, Narrow Margin, Mad Dog Time, Wanted, Dead or Alive. Aces, Iron Eagle 3, Last of the Finest, One Good Cop, and Crackers. Holy shnikes, man. Yo. This is incredible. This is insane, and it's amazing. You guys continue to surprise me every single time with all the physical media love that you give me. And the P.O. Box has been absolutely amazing, and it's been outstanding, and I can't thank you guys enough for all that you do for me, and the fact that you go out of your way to send stuff to me. Thank you, everyone who has sent stuff. Thank you, everyone who has sent stuff this week. This is beyond amazing, and it is fantastic. Man, I really do just love a lot of you guys going out of your way and doing this. You don't have to. It's not expected, but it's incredibly appreciated, and I just can't thank you guys enough. So thank you. This is amazing. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to get this stuff in the collection, but when I do, it'll be well worth it. Wow, that's a lot of love, man. But it's from you guys, and any love that I get from you guys is incredibly well worth it. Trust me, man. It very much is. Now that all of that crazy P.O. Box love is out of the way, and boy, that's a lot of P.O. Box love. Now on to the stuff that I definitely got, for sure, through stores and online, all that jazz. Now, the first thing I picked up through Best Buy is actually one that I'm going to give a chance to. It's a complete blind buy, guys, and that is none other than The Birthday Cake. Yes, I was thinking, okay, Lorraine Bracco, Val Kilmer, Ewan McGregor. Okay, I'm going to give this thing a look, and I like the idea of this guy getting revenge for his father's death on the 10-year anniversary, and all the action and the killing, mob mentality. This looks really cool, man, and I got to check out the trailer. I really liked it. So I think the movie was like $13.99. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this thing a chance, man. Why not? Sometimes blind buys are worth it. You're always surprised sometimes. Now, mind you, sometimes blind buys, sometimes they turn out to be real shit, but I've learned the ones that I like, the ones that I'm willing to give a chance to, and 99% of the time, I pretty much bet right on my blind buys. So I am willing to give a little mob mentality love a little bit of a chance, man. The Birthday Cake, why not? I mean, looks cool. And Val Kilmer as a mob boss. Who wouldn't like that? Seriously. I'm going to give it a go, guys. So I got that. I also, at Best Buy, ended up putting in a pickup. The reason why I did this, because I actually didn't think there was going to be a lot of copies at the store. Now, do you blame me? Because with steelbooks going as crazy as they are, I was almost guaranteed that we weren't going to see a lot of copies at the store, if any at all. So I said, hey man, I'm going to order it online, I'm going to pick it up in the store, and I'm glad I did, but really didn't anticipate there to be as many copies as there was. Boy, they definitely stocked up on their steelbook love, but how was I supposed to know that? When I picked up A Quiet Place Part 2, the 4K Blu-ray digital only at Best Buy Steelbook, baby. Yeah, look at this. This is cool, man. I'm going to open this sucker up. Why the hell not, man? This is awesome. And I gotta admit that I was on the fence about picking this one up. I actually was on the fence just a little bit, guys. And the reason why I was on the fence as much as I was I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good, but I was like, I wasn't sure whether it was going to be worth the pickup or not. It's not as good as the first movie, but I decided I'm still gonna give it a chance. And some of the faults that the movie has, on a rewatch, maybe it'll work itself out. So I figured, why not give it a go? Very, very nice looking steel. Look at that. Oh, I like that, with actually the trees almost looking like sound waves. That's pretty awesome, actually. I'm kind of liking that, man. Nice. Oh, cool. Look at that. Oh, awesome, man. Okay. I'm digging that, man. Look, no movie is 100% perfect. That is for damn sure. No movie is absolutely 100% everything is perfect in the movie. You're going to find faults with something. And I have to ask myself, do the faults outweigh all of the good stuff? And honestly, it doesn't, man. There are moments here where I was a little bit frustrated. There were moments here where I felt it could have been so much better. But then again, I had high hopes for this movie, man. I had huge, huge high hopes. And they couldn't all deliver. So, at the end of the day, is it a lesser experience than A Quiet Place? Yes, it is. But I think when you combine it with A Quiet Place and the continuation of the story, I think it's really effective and unique, and I still love the characters, and I love going on this journey with them. So I decided I am going to pick it up, man. I am going to get the Steelbook love along with the Steelbook love that I already have. So why not give it a go, baby? And I can't wait to see where this story goes next. We know we're getting a third film, and if the third film is just as good as the second film, then boy, this franchise is going to turn into quite the winner. However, we're going to have to wait and see on that one, guys. In the meantime, why not get a little Quiet Place Part 2 love, man? Why not? Figured, why not give it a go, man? Now, through online, through a little bit of Amazon Prime love, I ended up picking up a Mill Creek title, one that came out not too long ago, and that is none other than Skin Deep with John Ritter, baby. Look at that, man. There's a fine line between falling in love and falling on your face. Oh, look at that, man. I had to get some more John Ritter love in the collection. Why not, man? Blake Edwards' Skin Deep. This is one of those really sort of off-the-wall comedies where this guy is cheating on his wife with other women, and then she leaves him, and suddenly he wants her back, and all the hilarity of it, and all the women in his life. It's a really quirky comedy that I saw years ago, man, years and years ago. And I always really kind of loved the ridiculousness of this movie. And John Ritter, man, John Ritter back in the day, man, he was awesome. He was charming, he was funny, he had a great personality. You just fell in love with the guy, and he's awesome. So why not get a little crazy, wild, ridiculous John Ritter comedy love in, man? Why not? So picked up Skin Deep. Now, I also ended up picking up through the Disney Movie Club. Yes, I have not forgotten about the Disney Movie Club, guys. I am ordering slowly but surely. There's so many sales and so much stuff to buy on physical media that I sort of buy stuff and then I come back around to it eventually. And I ended up picking up the 30th anniversary edition of Return to Oz. Oh my god. This was one of the pickups that I really wanted when I joined the Disney Movie Club. You have no idea, man. I used to watch this on VHS back in the day, and what a wild and bizarre sequel to an Oz film, or just any film, I should say, man. This movie is so dark and depressing compared to the original Wizard of Oz film, man. The weird character designs and the whole story of Dorothy coming back to Oz and the complications of it and the deaths and destruction and this evil queen, like it's so crazy and wild of a Oz experience. It's so far left field from what Wizard of Oz gave you. And I kind of have to appreciate that. I actually really do, man, because I mean, yes, this film could have done the same, happy-go-lucky stuff that we saw in Wizard of Oz, but no, it goes way off the deep end. But boy, is it really imaginative and creative, and just a really dark tale of an Oz movie, man. I've seen a lot of Oz stuff, man, and I love the Wizard of Oz. I think the Wizard of Oz is classic, amazing, but this is one of those sort of cult classic movies that was really unique for the time that it was made, man. And it has like shades, like when I watch this, it has like shades of like The Labyrinth or other movies out there. It just like really took influence in a big bad way, man. But damn, this is an experience of a movie that I haven't seen in a long ass time, but I wanted it. I definitely wanted this one, man. This is one hell of a weird and wild ride, but it's one that I appreciate just for how different the damn movie was, man. And just the crazy and wild designs of like the scarecrow and these pumpkin people. I think my favorite character in Return to Oz is actually the metallic machine dude. Almost looks like he's from like World War One or something. Like he looks like FDR. Like he's got the glasses and like the metal mustache, and like he's like big and fat and round, and he sort of like beats people up by like spinning around and shit. Like I'm like, damn, man. Like I wish I had that fucking machine as a friend. Like damn, dude. Like it was just so wild and weird of a movie, but man, I gotta give it credit, man, cause ain't no Oz movie ever gonna be like this thing ever again, man. They ain't never gonna do something like this. This was like a one and done thing. It didn't do that well, so they were like, yeah, that was a thing, and so they're never ever gonna make a movie like Return to Oz ever again, man. But hey, at least I get to own it in the collection and see more weird, wild, and odd times in this land of Oz that you never would have ever expected, man. What a man, this one is one unique ass tale. Let me tell you something. I'm surprised Disney actually made this a fucking exclusive, man. Like seriously. But there's certain movies where I knew I wanted to buy it, and Return to Oz is one of them, man. I'm damn glad I picked this one up, man. And trust me, there is more Disney Movie Club love to come. Just gotta find time to open my wallet to actually start buying stuff from Disney Movie Club. I'll get there. Next year. God, I hope it's sooner than that. Oh, there's so much to buy. I'm piecemealing it, guys. I am doing it. Then, from Amazon Prime, I ended up picking up... Actually, this is an upgrade in the collection, truth be told. And that is none other than Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Yes! Now, actually, if you guys didn't know, all of the Tremors movies, even the ones that never got a Blu-ray release, are now on physical media now. It was announced a while back that some of these ones that never got a Blu-ray love finally is getting them. And I was like, oh, shit, really? Tremors 2, huh? I had Tremors 2 in the collection. And I was always like, one of these days, man, the Tremors 2 is going to come out on Blu-ray. I'm going to buy it, man. And then, like, years kept going by, and I'm like, what about that Tremors 2, man? So it just kept sitting, and then when they announced it, I was like, finally, I can find a Blu-ray copy of Tremors 2, man. I love this movie. Yes, it's not as good as the first Tremors movie, but then again, what Tremors film can be as good as the first one, let's be fair. But I think Tremors 2 is actually a really fun film, man. I love Fred Ward in here. I love all of the quirky characters. I love the evolution of the Tremors themselves. I think it's really cool, the evolution of them and the design and what they were able to do. I thought it was actually really clever. I really love that stuff a lot, man. I mean, I also love in here Michael Gross as well as Bert Gummer coming back, man. I think he's really cool here. And I love I just love the quirky comedy and the action of the Tremors franchise. I can't say that I love every Tremors movie. I love the first one. I love the second one. The third one, okay. Fourth one, not so much. And the other sequels, they're okay, but I'm really partial to that first two, three Tremors movies, man. And I've always really loved this one. Yes, a lesser Tremors movie compared to the first one, but actually a really rock solid Tremors film as far as like the straight to DVD movies went. Because honestly, they just kept getting kind of more repetitive as they went along, man. As much as I love the action and the graboids and Burt Gummer being one badass motherfucker, you know, there's certain Tremors movies that I think I can leave behind, and some Tremors movies where I'm like, oh, dude, I've got to have this. And Tremors 2 is one of those really great sequels that I think is just as fun as the original. I do. Sue me. I enjoyed it, and damn glad to now upgrade that on Blu-ray. Then, well, through Diabolic DVD, I ended up getting a little more Arrow video love that they're having during the sale, man. And this one I've been wanting for a little bit, and when it was on sale, I was like, oh yeah, baby, this is mine. And that is none other than The Loveless. Yes, look at that, man. Now, The Loveless is notable for two things. One is that it is the first feature film directed by Kathryn Bigelow. Yes, Near Dark Kathryn Bigelow, Point Break Kathryn Bigelow, Zero Dark 30, The Hurt Locker. Oh yes, this was her first feature film that she ever directed, guys. So this is very notable for that, and it's also notable for being the first movie starring Willem Dafoe. Yes, he had done a couple of other movies that he was uncredited for, but this is the first main credit that he had, The Loveless. And it's kind of cool to see two interesting figures within the movie genre that started out in The Loveless. Very nice movie, man, and I really love it. About the late in 1950s and the generational conflict and social changes and these bikers, and it has sort of an Easy Rider feel to it, but on a much lower budget, obviously, and obviously not as iconic, but still a really wonderful film that I really do love and enjoy, and I've been wanting it for a while. And when it was in the Camp Arrow sale from Diabolic, oh, I had to pick it up, guys. You know I had to, man. And there will be more Arrow video sale love to come. Trust me. Oh, there will be. You haven't seen the last of it yet, man. But at least I got one that I wanted for a while in the collection. And damn glad to finally have it. Not bad, guys. Now, the last, but certainly not least, that I got in the mega haul, apparently, that I got for this week. And that is none other than the collector's edition Shout Select version of Explorers. Yes, indeed, from Diabolic DVD. Now, actually, I've had this for a little while, guys. Why did I hold off actually showing it to you? The reason being is because of the slipcover. Okay, here's the truth. When I got it from Diabolic DVD a while back, the slipcover was damaged. It was really badly damaged. It was dinged up, it was bent, it was in terrible shape. And so I contacted Diabolic and I said, hey, can I send this back to you and you send me another copy with another slip cover? I mean, all things considered, I'll send it back and give me a new one. We're all good. And he said, well, is it only the slip cover? And I said, yeah, it's only the slip. And he said, well, you have to contact Shout Factory. And I said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And he told me that basically Shout Factory has told Diabolic to basically redirect anybody if they had any damaged issues with the slipcovers to Shout Factory themselves. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I didn't think that would happen, but I contacted Shout Factory. I gave them the information. I gave them a screenshot of my receipt that I did buy this from Diabolic, and they said, well, we're going to put you on the wait list for a slipcover. Said, okay, cool. That's fine. I get it. And I just kept waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And... Yeah, I was waiting for a while, guys. And then, like, a couple days ago, I get a package in the mail. Like, the hell did I get from Shout Factory? And then I'm like, oh, yes, it's the Explorer's slip that they've been promising for quite a while. And, like, they finally got back to me. So the slip came in great condition, thank God. And so I was like, ooh, and I got the slip. Now everything is all good. Indeed, man. I love this movie. I fucking love Explorers, man. I watched this shit on VHS way back in the day, man. And I loved Ethan Hawke here. I loved a young River Phoenix. I loved the sort of space exploration feel, the quirky aliens. It just was such a wonderful movie and such an imaginative film for when I was younger that it just stuck with me all these years, man. I mean, it's pure nostalgia, but it is a really awesome film that is just a great one for kids and for adults. And I just love this movie to pieces. And to finally have some old school nostalgia from my younger days in the collection, hey, man, I'll take it, man. I love this movie, and to finally have it, oh, it's going in the collection, and it's staying there. That's for damn sure, man. I mean, come on, look at that. Woo, that's good. Explorers love, old school 80s love. Yeah. It's well worth the pickup. Don't you agree? I think you do, guys. Indeed, and oh, jeez, good lord, man. Speaking of well worth it for this week, oh my lord. Look at this, guys. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. You know what? I think this week, physical media was definitely on the menu. And before I let you guys go, oh, I gotta talk about this one, guys. Now, last week I talked about more issues with the streaming wars and how Redbox is getting more into the streaming game and how a lot of these streaming companies are changing the way they think and how theatrical models are not exactly safe anymore. Well, speaking of that, oh, this is an interesting one. HBO Max will release 10 Warner Brothers films straight to streaming in 2022. Wait a minute, I thought they had switched course for next year. Apparently not. Let's dive in, shall we? After deciding to release its full slate of 2021 Warner Brothers films on HBO Max under a hybrid streaming and theatrical model, it appears Warner Media is prepared to continue using its Warner Brothers assets to lure subscribers to the service in 2022. During AT&T's second quarter earnings call this week, the company's executives were asked about how the pandemic release model would shape a more permanent release strategy going forward, particularly as it relates to theaters. Citing the release success of Godzilla vs. Kong to the tune of $463 million in revenue, Warner Media chief Jason Kilar responded that while the motion picture format absolutely matters, they feel very good about the response that consumers have given it in the home. Kyler went on to say that Warner Brothers will be producing 10 films that will debut on HBO Max the same day they're released. While it's not clear which titles these 10 will include, the decision indicates that pandemic has significantly influenced the way that Warner Media will tackle its movie releases moving forward. Kilar expressly stated that the company does not plan to return to a film release strategy of the past. Well, that's weird, because didn't just like a couple months ago, 2-3 months, they said that they're switching that up and that all of those movies that had streaming releases same day as theaters, they were going to stop that? Oh, they're reversing course. Oh, okay, yeah, you know. If it works, it works. Screw movie theaters, right? Let's continue to dive in. I certainly don't anticipate us going back to the way the world was in 2015, 16, or 17, where windows were quite lengthy between theatrical and home exhibition. Now, as previously announced earlier this year, when Warner Brothers reached a multi-year agreement with Cineworld for 2021 and 2022, Killer confirmed that theatrical windows for a portion of our slate would be 45 days, which still is short if you really consider it. Warner Media faced significant backlash when it announced earlier this year that its 2021 slate of films would debut under the same day streaming and theatrical release model. Theaters were not especially pleased, and neither were directors like Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve. During the earnings call, said the industry would continue to evolve. I think that what you're going to see is this industry continue to evolve and to continue to innovate in ways that not only works for consumers and fans, but also works for our business partners as well. Very, very, very interesting, guys. Very interesting indeed, dare I say. Now, as I said, they ended up saying, because they had gotten so much backlash and that the pandemic was such a big thing, that they said, we are only doing this in 2021. That is it. Once 2022 happens, everything that we are going to be putting out is going theatrical, and that's it. Not streaming. And boy, talk about a turnaround. Don't you think, guys? And here's the reason why. They cannot put the genie back in the bottle. Okay, they can't do it, because once you take the genie out of the bottle, it's not like you can immediately put him back in. Because you've already exposed yourself. You've already put it out there to the masses. You've already said to the masses, if you subscribe to our service, you will get theatrical movies that are meant for theaters in your own home. That has been a huge push for their brand. That has been a huge push for HBO Max. It's gained their subscribers. And I bet you, I 100% bet you, that they were looking at numbers and they were looking at a lot of things and they said, oh my God, what happens in 2022 when literally a lot of the movies that we want to put out, we only go theatrical. We don't put any of that stuff on our streaming service. People subscribed for the exclusivity of theatrical released movies in their own home. Once that's gone, what incentive do they have to stay subscribed to us? They don't. They don't have any incentive to still stay subscribed to you. They have no incentive whatsoever, guys. None. And they saw that. They did. I guarantee you they did. And now they're like, okay, well, we have to do something here because we can't just completely get rid of it. We have to have some sort of compromise. And this is the compromise, guys. It's the same thing with Disney Plus. It's the same thing with a lot of these streaming services out there, is that once you end up saying to a consumer, you can get theatrically released movies at home, the comfort of your own home, where you don't have to worry about screaming kids, you don't have to worry about people talking on their cell phones, you don't have to worry about people munching popcorn and candy in the back of you, and the sound of it, rappers and shit, and the interruptions of the movie. You could sit back, relax, be in your chair at home, and watch the movie. That is a luxury. And when you take that away from people, what do you think's going to happen? They're not going to stay subscribed. You're not going to give you their money anymore. And you know what these streaming services are all about. It's the do-re-mi. And when that dries up, well, so does the studio's hopes and dreams of a streaming service that will rival any other. It's about the money, guys. That's what it's about, man. And they see it. They understand it. And so they're going to have to worry about this. They're going to have to be very careful in how they go forward with this, man. Because what are you going to offer subscribers to keep them? Because you can't offer them like an indie title that's going to, come to the service the same day as it is theatrically. Because a lot of them don't care. They want the big movies. They want the Godzilla v. Kongs. They want the Space Jams. They want all that stuff, man. The same day at home as it is in the theater. So you have to ride a line right now. Where is your loyalty? Is your loyalty to the movie theaters? Or is your loyalty to your own streaming service? And this is going to be where it's going to get very tricky in 2022 because they've already promised it is what it is in 2021. But 2022 was going to be a whole new thing. We're getting past the pandemic and we don't really need those movies on the service anymore, so we can just put them theatrically. Yeah, but we've been so used to seeing them at home and now you're just going to take that away from us? Why? Come on. We were doing so well. Exactly, man. Look, there is no going back at this point. There really is no going back. And anybody who thought that we were going to go back to the old ways, man, you were kidding yourselves. You were easily kidding yourselves. It's just not going to happen anymore. It's just not. Once you've opened the box, you cannot close the box. Maybe you can close it ever so slightly, but it's always going to remain open. And over the years, I guarantee you, that box, the opening of it, will get wider and wider and wider and wider. And eventually, one of these days, studios are just not going to care about the theatrical model anymore. It's going to be gone. Because it's always going to be about subscription services. It's always going to be about the comfort of your home. It's comfortability. It's convenience. That's what it's all about nowadays, man. And the COVID pandemic sped that up. It was always in the pipeline, but the pandemic sped it up to a point now that movie theaters really have no say anymore. And a lot of these companies are seeing revenues from their streaming services that they do not want to lose. So how do they ride this line? I guess we're about to see, guys, but I'm telling you one thing. They reversed course, and they reversed course fast. They knew what they were doing. They knew that this was going to blow up in their face if they stopped it for good. So they do this. What happens with Disney Plus? What happens with Netflix? What happens to all these streaming services? I mean, if Warner Media does this, then will all the other streaming services follow suit? Will they continue down this path of putting theatrical released movies the same day on streaming as in the theaters? I mean, is that going to happen? Are we going to see more of this? Is theaters going to be gone for good? Are we turning an old concept into a new idea of bringing it back to your home for good? And where does physical media fit into all this? Because think about this for a second. If movies are going to be theatrical on the streaming services, do these companies eventually just say, well, why not just keep it on our streaming services and we don't have to put a physical media copy out? And if you're going to want the movie experience, well, you're just going to have to stay subscribed to our platform and get it through that way. There's a lot of questions. And there really is no answers yet. And there might not be answers for years at this point. But it's a very interesting thing that's happening, guys. Because these studios opened up the door because of the pandemic. And now that the pandemic is over, they had two options. Either go back to the old ways or continue to open the door to the new ways. And if the profits are there, they ain't going back. Just saying, guys. I'm curious as to what you guys think about this. Definitely let me know. But I also hope you liked this video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos that I do. Movie hunting like Dollar Tree hunts, live streams, Blu-ray pickup videos, theatrical movie reviews, and much, much more. If you love movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my wonderful subscribers out there. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. The wonderful comments, the feedback, watching all of the videos, and really taking your time to support me. I truly appreciate it beyond words. It's been amazing, and you guys lift me up in the best possible ways, and I can't thank you enough. So if you love how I talk about movies and physical media, definitely hit subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you will be notified every single time that I make a video. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special pictures and videos I do from time to time on social media as well. And if you guys want to send any movie-related love to the channel, posters, care packages, physical media, you name it. If you would like to send anything my way, the P.O. box is in the description below. It is not expected, but it is definitely appreciated, and you guys have been amazing, and the stuff that you've sent me has been absolutely phenomenal. I have not expected this thing to be as wonderful as it has been. The experience has been tremendous, and you guys have really went out of your way to send me some amazing things, and I can't wait to see what I get next. So thank you so much for all that love and support, and if you do want to send stuff my way, you definitely can. Alright guys, it was an interesting physical media week and more interesting weeks ahead, so stay tuned and I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care everybody, and remember, happy hunting.